What's going on, friends, fellow public subscribers? Mike McFarland here. Sitting in the studio. It's Tuesday the 28th. November is finished, and pretty much so is the fall feast. But anyways, welcome to the corner. I want to give a shout out to all the sponsors, and what's behind me is 1/5 of who supports us. So, big shout out to J. Hodge Chevrolet, Bill Owens, the manager up there, and so many more that are a part of supporting this, besides what's on the banner behind me right here. Tightlines UV and Impact Shad and Lake Fork Trophy Lures, and man, just the support is unbelievable. Santone Lures has been there for me for the last 6-7 years. It's a blessing that I couldn't dream of a better scenario to be supported by so many great companies. So big shout out to them before I talk about what's going on Fork. And it's really unique area, this part of the country, to live in and be an outdoorsman. I always dog the weathermen over here, but a lot of times I have so much compassion for them because we live in a part of the country that is just so unpredictable. And like I mentioned in, I think, one of the last reports or two, last year, by the 1st of November, we were already 52 degrees. We're warmer today than we were last year. But just a week ago, we were 65 degrees. And just like in the springtime here, we can have winter, the first week of March. And the second week of March, it can be spring in such a manner that these shallow-born lakes change in a 48-hour period. That's about all it takes. So you can have winter water. You can have 57, 55 degree, 54, 57 degree water in spring. And in just 2 days, early spring, like March, the first week of March, we can have 54 degree water. And in just 2 48-hour warm trend south subtropical type days, we can warm from 54 to 64 like that. I have literally seen Little Caney Creek jump from the 50s to the 70s. Even Long Branch jumped a couple of years back from 54 to 72 in 1 week. 1 week. And the fishing was outrageous in that warmer water. And then just like that, overnight, a huge, very hard cold front hit and knocked it all back. So where I'm going, last week's report was great fishing. I talked about the fall feast in the Let's Talk Fishing category of my YouTube page, which is a subscribers only channel. We do a lot of lessons, and right now there's probably 35 lessons, 35 hours almost worth of teachings in that archive. It's a library of incredible information that I've produced over the last 2 years. But in that, we talk about, the winter water, the winter temperatures, and we talk about a fall feast, and the fish know that that's coming. And so, obviously, the difference from 1 week ago today and today is 10 degrees. 10 degrees. And the fishing was on fire last week. Square bills, little square bills, small spinnerbaits like the Santone got 5. The fish were on shad, real shallow. We had 30 plus in 2 days with a lot of fish in the Florida. Biggest was 6.7 pounds. But here's the deal. 3 or 4 days of cold like we've had, with 60s being the highs and right on the brink. Last night, 29 degrees. We pretty much hit winter water. The bass right now are in major transition. If you go out with your sonar, you'll see them suspending in about 15 feet of water. Well, they're not suspending and holding. They're traveling. They're moving. They're moving from the shallow backwaters. They're moving from the fall locations where they were to winter homes, winter destinations, warmer, deeper water. So the best I can tell you right now is that there's a few places that you can fish. Bridge pylons, bridge corners, funneling areas. For example, Little Mustang. The fish that were in the back of Little Mustang have to leave Little Mustang. It gets too cold back there behind it. That Mustang Bridge, even Little Mustang Bridge, Williams Bridge, big Mustang Bridge, those fish will funnel out and they've got to come right through you. So those bridges, those bridge pylons, those bridge corners can be a great place to start right now on either side of the lake. I know that the 515 East, that's loaded with bait fish and fish chasing that bait in suspension. A lot of it 15 feet over 40. So spoons, small swim baits, slow rolled, Alabama rigs, things like that. That's your best bet. Think pre-winter. We're right there, 55, 57. Clarity's good. Lake is falling. We're now basically 2.3 feet below full pool. But, you know, everything that conditions, Mark Pack used to say it best. He would say, when it gets below 55, get out your pitching stick, because you're going to go want to flip and pitch them stumps in all the creek swings and creek channels. The fish get lethargic, they get on the wood, they get tight, they get semi-dormatized. But remember this, that big females, they got eggs growing. And they got eggs calling and demanding on their body. So they still eat. They really do still eat. And sometimes December, it's where your biggest fish are caught. Ethel from back in 91, when Mark Stevenson caught Ethel full of eggs. The two biggest bass in the history of Lake Fork, 18.3, 18.6, caught in December at 43 feet of water while crappie fishing. So the big bass are very vulnerable December, January. It's just how you go about it. And you have to realize you're not going to catch a lot of fish, but you got a good shot at a giant fish. So when it's cold like this, if you're looking for fun, you just want to catch fish, you want to have a good time, I'd go to other lakes. There's multitudes of other lakes around here. There's some power plant lakes that aren't too far of a drive that will produce better fishing. Lakes that have grass and vegetation, that grass acts as a blanket. It absorbs sunlight. It actually warms up on a daily basis. The grass in the winter is huge. And we don't have much of that on Fork. So keep that in mind as well. Once again, as always, this is going to be your invitation to come over to my members only channel. It's a simple subscription. When you finish watching this video, click out of the video, look in the description below, click on the link, and then subscribe to the members only channel. What is the members only channel? Well, the members only channel just has a lot more details, a lot more specifics, information, baits, choice baits, colors, locations. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of other lakes around the area right now that will fish better than Fork when Fork is ice cold. I do reports from 5 other guides, maybe 6 other guides, all the way from Ray Hubbard to Waukene to Palestine to O.H. Ivy fishing reports, Lake Welsh fishing reports, Gilmer, Hubbard, I think I've already said that, Levon. So I give multitudes of reports about those other lakes in the members only. And it's just a simple subscription that you can gather all that good information and really know where the true hot spot is for the week. So thank you guys. Hit the like button, comment below. If you happen to be in Lake Fork Marina, tell them I said hi. Lake Fork Marina and Jamie's Restaurant is really home to us. It's where we spend 99% of our time there. It's a really great place. And once again, another great couple of companies to be back behind us supporting what we do right here at Lake Fork. So thank you. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guy.